Hey folks, it's Joe from the United Survivalist Network of Ontario, and this is meetup number 10. We're short on members today. I think it's got something to do with the weather. It's raining, it's windy, it's cold, and we thought it would be a good day to come out here and test our skills. And because everything's soaking wet, it is a great time to get down and get some basic fire skills, and to see where our fire skills are at, and to see if we can get a fire going in this environment. And along with that, we've already started to string a small tarp shelter, just not so much to keep us out of the wind, just to keep us out of the rain. Okay, so when I get a little bit more of this done and a few materials for our fire, I'll come back and we'll see how far I've got.
Little woodsman over here and his fire. Wahaha. And burning log. And that's the only reason why I like these shelters better.
Secondary string bed. No more foot. So we put up a little bit of a tarp, just because it's raining and we want to be out of the rain. So basically, this is what we would use for a real quick shelter out of the rain. And we're going to put a little bit of a fire in here, and I'm going to prepare that next, now that I can sit or be comfortable out of the rain. And we're going to show you some other options as to what you can carry in a small pack to get yourself situated and fixed up on a day like today, because it is wet, it is raining, and it is chilly. So the last thing we want to do is be caught out in the weather and get soaking wet, or get to the point where we could get hypothermia, and that is a very real possibility on a day like today. And if the weather should turn really nasty, we can always drop these corners down. Okay? And just make a simple A-frame and just peg the outer edges. And that would give us basically a pup tent. Alright, so once I get the stuff for my fire, I'll be back to show you how we got a fire going in wet weather. Okay, so we're here. We're about to light our fire, and we found a little bit of a bird's nest. We don't know how long it's going to take. It's not exactly the driest, but we're going to give it a whirl, and if we can't get it going with this, then we're going to have to go back to basics and make ourselves what's called a fire stick, or feathering a piece of dried wood that we've split in half. So let's see if we can get this going first. Flame. Oh yeah, all kinds of wood. Once I get it going, I'll keep her going. Look at us. Look at us. Because we train professionals. Hoo-ha.
The only reason the other fire is going is someone got here early. That would be me.
Yep.
And I dug my fire.
Getting fancy.
Yeah.
Where's your fire pit?
Had to make you shine. Come on.
You were just trying to impress me.
No, I just didn't know what I was taught. Besides, you said you had to have the soup and the coffee ready by the time you got here.
Well, that's because I'm old.
Hey. Don't as old as you feel. You ain't that old yet.
That's not what my wife says.
Oh.
Okay. When we have a situation where it's really wet, and everything is soaked, ideally what we want to do is try to get some of these pieces split, because even though the outside of the wood is wet, the inner part of the wood will still remain dry. So that's what we've been doing here, is just taking our knife and splitting some of the smaller stuff, just so we can get at the inner part of the wood where it's going to be drier, and hopefully it'll take our fire a lot better. And with everything being so wet today, I got a feeling it might take a little bit, but we will get our fire going. It's just going to take us a little bit, and as you can see, the fire is taking off, because now it can burn the inner part of that wood, which is a whole lot drier than the first, quarter inch on the outside. And there we go, we got our fire going. And now, with a little bit of shelter to protect it, we should be alright. We'll be able to boil some water, make a hot drink, and hopefully stay half-assed warm. Okay, so this has been fire starting in the rain, 101 with wet material, and as you can see, we got our fire going And that's what this is all about, being able to get our fires going in any condition. So this has been Joe for the United Survivalist Network of Ontario. This has been our 10th meetup. And we hope you've enjoyed this little segment. This is another thing I'd like to mention to you. For those times, now we have a fire going, but had it been so bad out here that we could not get any type of fire going, okay, which is very, very rare for me, but we do carry these little alcohol stoves, okay, and basically they're very small. I'm just going to cheat a bit here, light a match. Just going, usually it goes pretty good, but whatever.
Damn good cup of coffee.
Okay. Alright. So we've got the stove going. Yeah, it's a blue flame, so you don't see it very well. But it comes with this cap that slides over it. So basically, your stove sits there. Find a nice flat spot for it. And if you have one of these little cups like I've got, okay, this cup comes with a lid too, so in about 4.5 minutes it boils this water pretty nicely. Okay, I've cooked soup on this on occasion. I've even fried beans and wieners on it. So the nice thing about these is they're very compact. They're light. I keep some matches with it, and my cup's full of coffee right now. But this whole kit fits right into my cup, along with a couple packets of coffee. I'm ready to go should I need it. And there again, these are for those times where, you know, it is so bad out that you can't get a fire going, or times where you cannot have a fire.
Hey, it's Alex at the United Survivalist Underground. We're trying the hardtack and the soup. It comes highly recommended. So those lifelong biscuits from hell may save your life. Well, now I know why Joe calls them hardtack.
That's the actual name.
You're supposed to soak them in your soup like crackers.
I'm soaking the other one.
Yes. If you don't got that...
Everybody gets the idea why they call them hardtack.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're deaf.
That's why, if you don't have too much teeth, you'll want to eat these with soup.
So I'll soak it in my soup and I'll let you know how it tastes. Alex again at the United Survivalist Underground Network, showing our dry vegetables and our homemade soup that everyone carries in their pack. Yeah. Go. First we're starting off with the Edgeley, one of the survival knives basically come across. Very, very sharp blade, interesting edge, good handling for the hand. Secondary one is the Smith & Wesson tactical style knife. 3 inches sharpened on one side, 6 inches on the other. The other is a German-Spanish make, which is the base is a hunting knife, 3 inches on the tang, 6 inches on the other. Then you have a Kershaw tactical, which is 4 inches sharpened on the tang, 6 inches on the other. Then you have a Japanese Ruko skinning knife. You have Bucks, one of Buck's hunting lines. You have a cold steel Tonto blade. You have the M9 bayonet and the cold steel Bowie knife. These are all knives that can be utilized as survival knives, all depending on what your use is, how compact, and how much gear you're carrying. This is Cassie and Alex for another tip on various knives to use out in the woods. From the United Survivalist Network, right back at you.